Tim Albright with AVNation and InfoComm 2024 in the Ross booth with Matt Morgan. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I am well.
Excellent.
Thanks for having us in your booth.
Yeah.
We've known Ross for a long time as a broadcast leader, right? When it comes to broadcast video, whether that is, we'll talk about kind of the migration of that word broadcast.
Sure.
But that's where I first met Ross. Right?
Yeah.
Was honestly in a control room.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys over the last few years have evolved into more and more corporate space. And not necessarily corporate video, which we'll get to in a second, but also the conference rooms. So talk about that for a second.
Sure. Yeah. But Ross is very unique in the sense of broadcast background. Most broadcast manufacturers are dipping their toes in, but Ross is really committed to coming into the AV space across multiple verticals. So conference rooms, event centers, studios, anything that has to do with communications to an outward audience, we want to help partner with. So take legacy AV and elevate the solution to something that's maybe sharper, a little bit more robust on the back end. So we're really committed to that kind of growth within those corporate environments. So connecting conference rooms together as destinations or flexible live event spaces that might be in a lobby, where there's a TED Talk and there might be a presentation for just a team coming in the room or watching the World Cup or something as a organization. So all those kind of spaces are what we're seeing and where we're getting involved with a lot inside corporate kind of areas for sure.
If I'm an IT manager or a tech manager or facilities, what sort of solution am I looking at when I'm considering Ross?
Sure. So Ross, I don't say Ross is like a conference room solution. However, we do have meeting control solutions such as Quorum. So Quorum is, again, elevated for the sense of you know where your marks are sitting, you know where the CEO is, where the CMO is, and you don't need, you want to make sure you don't have the guy in the background ordering McDonald's on a live video call, right?
Yeah.
So Quorum allows you to take a typical Teams call or Zoom's call and what is typically automated and give some automation away for more control. So you have someone who can call up an operator with the touch of a button versus maybe having to use a control panel like in typical broadcast. So Quorum's really an answer to that elevated mark base and meeting solution. And then also using Ultrix and using our different routing platforms to connect displays everywhere. So any conference room can be a destination. A lobby experience might be, like I said before, it might be a place for people to gather for a presentation, but also just to gather to watch what's happening real time in the news and have some camaraderie. So it's all these different types of solutions that we're seeing IT managers and AV managers kind of saying, I need a little bit more power, and legacy AV has been really good to me, but it doesn't quite fit the bill for what I need for the long term and for the flexibility that my space is now requiring.
That actually leads us into our final part here, and that is this kind of migration or this evolution of what has traditionally been called broadcast.
Right.
Right. Higher end cameras, professional switchers, right? Meaning the video switchers that switches in.
Right.
And you guys are kind of helping along that segment where we're evolving more into what could be called corporate video.
Sure.
And we're watching a video, there's a video behind us where you guys are partnering with Avixa now, right? Avixa TV here on the show floor.
Yep.
It's powered by Ross. So where do you guys see that, and how does a facilities manager whose CEO is saying, hey, I want us to do our own videos, how do they get to the place, and how do they, not design it, but how do they kind of help educate themselves on what's needed in today's corporate video space?
Sure. Yeah, the partnership with Avixa is excellent because I'm a former CTS holder. I've been in the AV world for a long time, and so really, I would love everyone to have a Ross solution. After all, I work for them, but we want to be the thought leaders and be able to assist this market, as you said, and really give Avixa the tools that they need to help educate the market. So whether you go with a Ross solution or any other legacy broadcast solution or AV and bringing them together, we just want to give you the right tools. So Avixa is a great platform to go to for all those things. We have a lot of content coming out over the next several months where people can go to their Exchange platforms and they can see everything from what's a router, what's green screen, anything like this. But for us, we're really looking at it as a CEO or a manager is charging an employee to build a solution, And we want to come up with solutions that are intuitive for people to come into, and have the easy button and also have the pro button.
Okay.
So come in and you can use, a team leader could come in and just use a space for their meetings and have a really quick presentation. And then when they need more engagement, perhaps, then they switch into production mode and they have the back end be overtaken by the traditional broadcast, as you mentioned. So AV and IT for the last 15 years have really melded together, and now we're taking broadcast. We're going to put that in as well. So trying to make it as seamless as possible, finding other technology partners who have been in the legacy AV space, who we can enable our solutions to work back and forth with. So 2024 has been a really good year for us to get into that, and I'm really pleased with how it's going. And 2025 should just be more of the same, and as we continue to grow in this space. But we're just here to really help empower, to give education and knowledge away, and hope that we make this convergence an easier convergence than maybe it's been in the past. So
yeah, another convergence for AV. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Matt, somebody wants to find out more about Ross. How do they do that?
Sure, rossvideo.com, or you can shoot us a message on Instagram, LinkedIn, any of those things. We're everywhere, so feel free to reach out to us.
Very good. We're in from Ross for us for AVNation. Go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as we bring you more videos from the show floor of InfoComm 2024. All that and more at